Hello my fellows, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to talk about uh, a topic which can be sensitive to many people and which can be offensive to many uh, Chinese speakers, native and learners. Actually, I don't want to offend anyone, but I believe that it is essential to talk about it. Uh, yeah, recently there have been many people, there have been many pieces of content talking about the the possible collapse of the Chinese Communist Party and the Chinese Communist government. Yeah, after the COVID-19 pandemic, the economy of China is still in decline, and Donald Trump defeated Kamala Harris to become the next president of the United States from 2025 to 2029. And you know that Donald Trump is very strict when dealing with China. Many people believe that this is another factor to the fall of the Chinese government. Yeah. Nevertheless, I wouldn't talk about this problem uh, in the political or economical aspect. I would like to talk about this problem in the linguistic aspect. I really have a question. Yeah. Whether the collapse of China means the decline of Mandarin Chinese. You know that Mandarin Chinese is widely spoken in China. Yeah, it's the official language of the People's Republic of China. And it's not only in the mainland China. It's also spoken in several territories, such as the Republic of Taiwan, yeah, Singapore, Hong Kong, Macau, and inner and inner Chinese overseas communities. Yeah. They also contribute to the diversity of Mandarin Chinese, but obviously, people in the People's Republic of China are the main fighter of the dominance, or at least the importance of Mandarin Chinese in the world. Okay, I would like to say importance, not dominance, because at the moment, Mandarin Chinese is still not a lingua franca in the international community. English is the universal language of the whole world, not Mandarin Chinese. So I would like to say, people in mainland China are the main factor of the importance of Mandarin Chinese. And when there are many people, many specialists, journalists, politicians, and so on, talking about the possible collapse of China, I think that we should talk about the role of Mandarin Chinese in the future. In one of my previous videos, I say that Mandarin Chinese won't be the universal language of the whole world. I once again I would like to say that Mandarin Chinese won't be the language of the whole international community. The collapse of the Chinese government will cause the decline of Mandarin Chinese. In the global extent, probably at the moment many people from China and many people who are learning the Mandarin Chinese don't like my comments, don't like my ideas, my opinions, but I believe that we should talk about it. If you want to learn Mandarin Chinese to understand more about Chinese history, culture, and people, just do it. Yeah, you have the freedom of choice. I am not your leader to force you to stop learning Mandarin Chinese. I can. I'm not a president of a country. I'm not the Secretary General of the United Nations. And even these people can force you stop learning the Mandarin Chinese. So just do what you want. Oh, but I would like to say that Mandarin Chinese will see a remarkable decline in the future in terms of usage. Probably at the moment, many Chinese learners and native speakers say that, wow, Taiwan is still important, There are about 23 million people speaking Mandarin Chinese. And Mandarin Chinese is the universal language of Chinese overseas communities. About many millions of people speak Chinese as first language or mother tongue. Well, I understand that these numbers are still huge still huge for language. But as I said, people in mainland China are the main factor of the importance of Mandarin Chinese. So when the Chinese government collapses, Mandarin Chinese will see a critical decline in the future. And I believe that Chinese overseas territories and Taiwan couldn't stand to this decline. In addition, as far as I know, nationalism in Taiwan has risen. It's still rising, and there are many ideas that instead of learning Mandarin Chinese, Taiwanese should learn the Minnan dialect of Chinese, or actually the Minnan language, or English, or even Japanese instead of Mandarin Chinese. I'm afraid that if this nationalistic idea is advocated more and more along the time, probably in 2 or 3 decades, Taiwan will be no longer a country of Mandarin Chinese. That's a problem. So I like to say that probably in the future, probably in a decade or 2 decades later, the Chinese overseas communities will be the main factor of Mandarin Chinese. Yes. And I would like to say about the case that Taiwan still insists speaking Mandarin Chinese. What will happen? As I said, there are about 23 million people who speak Mandarin Chinese as a mother tongue or first language. It's still a remarkable number for a language, but you must understand that compared to other languages, is still smaller, is still more minuscule. For example, compared to French or German or Spanish or Portuguese spoken by European people, it is still small. I'm sorry. There are only about 10 million Portuguese, not 20. So probably I will exclude the case of the Portuguese, but the cases of French, German, Spanish, and even Italian are still more remarkable than the case of Mandarin Chinese in Taiwan. And probably compared to European languages, Mandarin Chinese will be in the similar range with Dutch. Yeah, with Dutch. So what about other Asian languages? Yeah, compared to these languages, Mandarin Chinese in Taiwan will be still smaller. Yeah, there are about 50 million people in South Korea. So that I believe that Korean will see a rise when Mandarin Chinese in mainland China declines. Also, Japanese is spoken by around 100 million people, about 4 times as many as people speaking the Mandarin Chinese in Taiwan. So what about Southeast Asian languages? Bahasa Indonesia or Indonesian language is spoken by around 300 million people. Filipino or Tagalog, the national language of the Philippines, is spoken around 100 million people. Vietnamese is spoken by about 80 million people. The Thai language, is spoken by around 60 million people. So I believe that compared to many Southeast Asian languages, Mandarin Chinese in Taiwan is still less important. Okay. If I compare to this language to South Asian languages like Hindi, Urdu, Punjabi, Bengali, and so on, I can say that everything is not changed. So I believe that even when Taiwan still insists using Mandarin Chinese economically, when the government of China collapses, Mandarin Chinese still see a remarkable decline, and that's a problem. So I believe that if you want to learn the Mandarin Chinese at the moment, think carefully. Think about the different aspects. If you think about economic aspects, intellectual aspects, probably you shouldn't learn the Mandarin Chinese at the moment. If you have learned this language for many years, my advice can be useless for you. Okay. If you care about the Chinese history, culture, and cuisine, or you have a lot of Chinese friends, yeah, from mainland China, or from Taiwan, or from Singapore, or from Chinese overseas territories. I'm sorry, Chinese overseas communities. Um, probably that you should learn Mandarin Chinese. Yes. Okay, in conclusion, I say that if the government in mainland China collapses, Mandarin Chinese will see a huge decline in 2 or 3 decades. And other people speaking Mandarin Chinese as mother tongue or first language won't be able to resist this decline, even Taiwanese. And in addition, there is a trend that probably more and more Taiwanese want to establish their own national identity, and they decide to abolish Mandarin Chinese usage. So basically, in the future, Mandarin Chinese will see a remarkable decline in the future. If you are going to learn Mandarin Chinese, think carefully. If you find this video interesting, you can hit the like button to this video as well as others of my videos. Share them to any social media platform and subscribe to this channel. Thank you and wait for something new. Goodbye and see you later.